And welcome back to a special Saturday edition of It's in the Blood with Indiana basketball playing the Iowa Hawkeyes today in the Big Ten Conference semifinal round. What a day yesterday for your blood pressure. What a day for your heart. What a day for Coach Woodson to actually get it together for a good 40 minutes of basketball. Glad to see everybody in the house today, ready to try to find a way to be here tomorrow, which I know I probably can't because I'm at work, but we'll see if we can figure something out. That is if we win, of course. Got a few things I want to say. I kind of understand a little bit more now, what Trace Jackson Davis must have been feeling, say, Thursday morning. I heard the interview, and that man wanted in his legacy to play in the NCAA tournament, and he's all grit. He's playing very good basketball right now. Xavier Johnson has a different type of edge to him. These guys didn't look this way earlier in the season, and I don't care what anybody says. Trey Galloway is a definite difference maker when he's in the lineup. When that lineup goes Finney, Johnson, Galloway, Race, and Trace in the game, that's a very formidable defensive team that can put the stops on anybody. And I noticed that he's going to that lineup a little bit more. Also, the other thing that I noticed the last couple days is Parker Stewart's minutes have gone way down. He's down to about 10 to 13 minutes a game. And I think that's very important as well, because if he gets hot, he can be a difference maker from behind the three-point line. I know his defense hurts a little bit and his fouling hurts a little bit. He's very reachy. But if he gets hot, Miller Kopp is still playing good basketball, just not quite the type of basketball that I think he should play. Great word, Creek, resilience. They're showing grit. They're showing tenacity. They're showing aggressiveness. They're showing desperation on the floor. And you know what? And that's the other thing. Jordan Geronimo came down really awkwardly yesterday. And honestly, I wasn't sure that he was going to be able to, be a factor in today's game, in which he may not. He may have sprained it or whatever pretty good, but there is no way that I will. He's probably going to come back before this season's over. So regardless of anything tomorrow, my house just shook like an earthquake. It's got to be my dog. Regardless of anything tomorrow, we're going to be in here for the Selection Sunday because I really am excited because I haven't got a chance to watch Indiana get their name called for quite some time. Yeah, Creek, I do too. I hope that they don't need to play him. But in today's matchup, here's what it's going to come down to. There's two things in this game that it's really going to boil down to. And one of them is there's actually a third. And the third is probably the most important, which we'll start with. That's defense. We cannot let this game get above mid-70s. It's got to be either low 70s or 60s. We cannot let Iowa get out in transition. So defense intensity, and keeping the score down, low shooting percentages, yada, yada, yada. Iowa, during their surge has been on the rebounding side. Once they started attacking the glass, their numbers started going up on second chance points, transition baskets. Everything around them revolves around their defensive rebounding. So that means, we've got to get back, on defense. And normally at this point in time when we talk, I talk about things like, oh, you can't turn the ball over. Well, that's one thing that we haven't done a lot of lately, and I hope they continue that today. But we have some really good opportunities today. We have really good opportunities inside the paint against the bigs of Iowa. I think we can really dominate there, but we got to guard that three-point line. We got to D that three-point line. Jordan Bohannon can't have a game like the number 33 from Illinois did yesterday, Hawkins. He cannot have that type of game, being wide open out there and we pack down inside. One-on-one defensing in the paint, and let's go. Let's stay tight on the perimeter today. And you know what? Back to the have all beat all of everything. Let's feed our stars the basketball. Let's let them dictate the style of play. and let's get to the finish line today. And hopefully we'll get a rematch with one of the two good teams tomorrow, whoever that may be. But today is where we got to say, I do too. And you know what? Okay, Creek, first of all, welcome, Colin from Heavy Meadow. Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel bad for you for your Cardinals this year, my friend. So it's just hopefully they will be a better team next year. And Rob Finnessy versus Tony Perkins, Xavier Johnson versus Tony Perkins, and whichever one draws Toussaint off the bench. Those are going to be important matchups. Toussaint can get turnover happy and play out of control. That could be a point where we can focus and accelerate our fast-paced game. But we need to stay in the half court quite a bit, as much as we can. If we can run, it's okay. Just can't let them run. You know, there's not a lot of love for us in this game today, which I don't care. I don't think we need love from any of the broadcasters or any of the prognosticators. But what we need to do is we need to stay out of foul trouble. The ticky-tack fouls have really got to go. And we have got to D up against Keegan Murray. There you go. And there's the other thing. Whoever Keegan Murray defends needs the ball in the first 10 minutes of the game. Let's try to get him sitting on the bench in a little bit of foul trouble again. Momentum trumps love. Creek, I'm glad you're here today, bro. Ready for some fast basketball pace, some throwing stuff in the basement. I kind of removed all the extra breakable stuff that was close to me so that I didn't have a chance. I didn't have a chance to tear something up today, but I'm really fired up. I'm very excited for my team. I'm very excited for everybody that chooses to come in here and hang out with us today. And we're going to CBS, which I like the Big Ten broadcasters because I just like those guys a little bit better. They know my team a little bit better. When you go to the national broadcast, it's all just regurgitated BS that you read in the preseason transcripts. So screw CBS. Turn your volume down. Hopefully, I'll be really close with your TV feed, and we'll have some fun today. Let's get a W for Hoosier Nation. Let's do something we've never done, and that's let's win the Big Ten tournament. Now, I ain't gonna hurt myself. I might hurt some. I don't want to hurt my electronic equipment, Jake. I can't hurt that. Oh, wait a second. Today, we're going with Blue Raspberry Sour Patch Kid Ghost Energy Drink, 0 sugar. I did take my blood pressure medicine. And if I get hungry and need a snack today, Blue Diamond Extremes Ghost Pepper Almonds. I like women's basketball, Matthew. I like the Iowa women's team. Caitlin Clark is a beast. She's got some of the biggest smarts I've ever seen from a female basketball player. What's up, Lindsey Brillhart? How are you doing today? Thank you for stopping in. There's our Cincinnati native. So sorry about those Bearcats this year. I really hope that they can lock in a good basketball coach and rebuild that program because it's a lot of fun when Cincinnati has a good basketball team. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you. We're getting ready to start here just shortly. That's how these national games go. Man, you know what? We cannot afford to get off to a horrible start today. I am too, Creek. I want to see this first half in the 20s, bro. I want it to be knocked down, drag out, punch you in the face. I want to see intensity. I want to see defense. That will almost guarantee that we keep this game in the 60s and give us a chance to win. The only thing we don't know about is we're going to really find out a lot today about stamina because this is probably the first time since maybe that if they played at the beginning of the season tournament that either of these teams have had to play 3 days in a row. I don't either. I tend to disagree with every one of them most of the time. Chad, what's up, brother? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in today. This is a very winnable game. My complaining all year long about substitution processes. If they've got the stamina that he thinks they have, and he says he doesn't care about their minutes, but today will be the day to prove that. If you can get through day 3, especially if Michigan State wins this afternoon, you've got 2 teams that have played the same amount of games in the tournament, so it makes it an even playing field. But it will definitely be a star-studded affair. I would love to see I don't care. I would love to play either team, but an Indiana-Purdue Big Ten championship game would be sick. I really am. I'm glad we've cemented our way into the field. I don't have to stress Sunday now. I will be on tomorrow evening, Lindsay. As soon as I get to the house and figure out how I want to broadcast the tournament selection, if I can get home early, if I can get out of work by any stretch of the imagination, I will be here for the Big Ten final. If it's I don't know what time that game's set for. Yeah, man, but it's so much fun. This is a great venue, and there's the other thing, man. It's a great venue for this tournament. I just got to keep my composure, bro. Yesterday, I about lost it in here with 13 or 10 seconds left, and Miller Kopp missed the front end of the 1-and-1. I was livid. I was like, "Oh, there you go, just give it away." I was pissy. I was angry. I was upset. All right, Race, Trace, Kopp, Parker Stewart, and Xavier Johnson, same starting lineup. Bohannon, stud. Perkins, up-and-comer. Patrick McCaffrey, glue guy. Keegan Murray, and here's where we got to do it, is beat Philip Baraka or whatever his name is. Hi, Sam. Nice to see you. Alley Cat as well. Getting ready to fire it up here in Indianapolis. Yeah. Well, you better play better today. Here we go. Race Thompson measures in at 6'8", but he looks taller. He looks every bit as big as Trace. Let's go. Thank you, Joe. Ready to roll. Let's go. Let's hit it. Start this game hot, and let's stay there. Have some decent shooting. Smash that like today, folks. Here we go. There's Xavier controlling the tip. He gets it over to Parker immediately, crossing midcourt. They're going to set the offense up. Parker refreshes at the top. Kopp goes in motion to the right wing. Hits Race Thompson at the top of the key. Race is looking to feed Kopp on the wing. Kopp feeds Trace on the block. Trace has got a one-on-one situation. He's backing him down. Here comes the double. Feeds it out around Parker for three. Off the rim, no good. Good shot. Trace did the right thing. Here comes Bohannon the other way. Bohannon's looking. He hands it off out high. Kopp's out high there. They're going to get it. He loses the ball, and he turns it over. He knocks it out of bounds off his foot, I guess, because they're saying it's IU basketball. Kopp with the quick hands. Want to smash them Hawkeyes today. Good team. I will make it, Lindsay. I'm leaving work at 2:30. It may be a crappy thumbnail, but I'll be here. No doubt. If we win today, for sure. Here comes Xavier around the left wing. He feeds Race Thompson on the block into a double team. Somebody's wide open. Iowa looks like they're in some kind of a zone. Xavier for three. Buried it. X comes through with the first three on the double team down low. Here comes Iowa the other way. Here comes Bohannon across the timeline. Bohannon hands it off out high. Perkins sends it over to Keegan Murray. He's going to drive on Race Thompson. He gets stripped, but they're going to call the foul. I didn't quite see it, but hey. Race Thompson recognized the double team. This is kind of some kind of a shifty matchup zone. I got to pay attention to this defense a little bit here, because it looks like it's a clog the middle matchup type zone. Keegan goes to the free throw line. First free throw is short off the rim. Way to go. I know that's a bad foul in the first 2 minutes, but at least he didn't score the free throw. X looks like he's got focus on his face today. Everybody looks dialed in. Second free throw is up, and it is good. 3-1 IU. Let me reset. Oh, maybe it's already going to reset itself. Yeah, it is. All right. Scoreboard is working today. Here goes X across the timeline. They've got some kind of a press. Passes it cross court to Kopp. Kopp hits Trace inside. Trace goes up for the layup. Gets blocked. Here it comes the other direction. Keegan Murray blocks Trace Jackson Davis, and now he's going to try to push him. He's got him on the dribble. He's going to drive. Trace is with him. Trace blocks him right back. Gets his own rebound out to Bohannon for three. Off the back iron, no good. Race Thompson clears the rebound, and he will bring the ball up the floor. Race gets it across the timeline. Hits it over to Xavier on the left wing. Sets the pick. Xavier goes around. Xavier's looking. He's resetting the offense. Trace Jackson comes up high, hands it back off. Xavier goes to the basket, bounce pass to Trace for the layup and the assist. Trace Jackson makes it 5-1 Indiana. Here comes Bohannon pushing the other direction. Jared Bohannon is pushing the ball. Perkins has got Stewart on him. He's not doing a whole lot over there right now. Comes off the pick and gets the ball. He's got Parker Stewart. There's the switch. Xavier switches off onto Perkins. They're going to look to feed the ball. Tribeca's got it out high. I think that's his name. He's going to drive on Race Thompson, puts up the jumper, no good. Race controls the rebound. Nice defense. Here comes X back the other way. 5-1 Indiana. 17:29 to go in the first half. Xavier goes around the double pick high. Looking. Feeds Trace inside for the dunk. What great eyesight by Xavier Johnson. He is dialed in. 7-1 start IU. Here comes Bohannon back the other direction around the pick. He's going to go all the way to the basket, and Trace blocks his shot. Here comes Xavier the other way. Indiana's out in transition. Xavier turns on the Jets, goes up for the layup. Oh, and he missed it. Here comes back the other direction. It's up and down, up and down. He loses the handle, picks it back up. He hits Perkins. Perkins shoots the floater in the lane and scores it. Xavier Johnson peels himself up off the floor. 7-3 IU. 16:48 to go. Xavier's going to choose to walk it up right now. High-intensity basketball right now, but nobody's covering Trace. Their defense has holes. Xavier resets the offense out high. Parker's going to drive into the lane, feed it to Kopp. Kopp's going to drive the baseline, puts up the 8-footer, gets blocked. Race Thompson gets it, feeds Trace. Trace gets the ball fake and puts it up and in. Trace Jackson Davis with another basket. 9-3 IU. Here comes Tony Perkins up the left sideline. He's on the wing. Looking, dribbling out high. Here comes the start of the offense. He goes around the pick. Parker Stewart stays with him. Double pick, comes around, gets into the middle. Out to Keegan Murray for a long three. Hard off the back iron. Parker Stewart rebounds. Hands it off to Xavier. Xavier's going to push. Throws it down court to Trace for the dunk. Xavier Johnson looking up court. Iowa does not know how to defend transition. They know how to play transition. McCaffrey's yelling over there. Bohannon starting to slow the ball up. IU up 11-3. No answer for Trace Jackson Davis or Xavier Johnson thus far. Perkins goes around the wing, hands it off to their center. I believe his name is Tribeca. I can never get it right. So he's going to drive on Trace. He's going to get into the lane. Nothing doing. Hits Keegan Murray on the wing. Keegan Murray resets with, and there's a long three at the end of the shot clock. No good. That should be a violation, but they didn't call it. Trace Jackson gets the rebound. Here comes X up the other way. X is feeling confident. He's going to work against Bohannon. Backs it back out high. Feeds Trace inside at the free throw line. Trace is going to drive in. Spin move up with the layup. And get good again. Trace Jackson Davis. No answer for that man. The bench is going absolutely nuts. 13-3 in the first 5 minutes of this game. Iowa has zero answers. Murray's got the ball out on the left wing. Races down the low on Tribeca. Here he goes, McCaffrey for three. And that's hard, short off the front iron. Ugly shot from McCaffrey. Here comes Xavier. He's going to push again. He's going to go all the way to the goal. Feeds out to Miller Kopp for three. Oh, it was just off the back iron. Here comes Iowa back the other way. Bohannon's got the ball. He's going to pull up for three. No good. Xavier with the rebound. Man, I need to breathe. Xavier's going to slow it up for a second here, coming across the timeline. Iowa has three substitutes ready to come into the game. They're already gassed. Xavier's going to burn around Tony Perkins. He's going all the way to the goal, and he puts it up, and it's in. Xavier Johnson just runs right around Perkins, and Fran McCaffrey calls timeout. IU is on a roll. Start this game 15-3. 14:20 left to go in the first half. Oh, my God. They don't have a defensive answer for anybody that we have right now. Xavier with the split in the middle and the layup provokes the early timeout by Iowa. Tell me that I needed to see this today. Tell me this ain't what we come here for. Woo! Time to take a drink, bro. What's up, Matt? Nice to see you, my brother. Fantastic start to the game. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. 3:30, Lindsay. I'll make it. If we're in it, I'll make it. Man, I'm already exerting some energy today, man. I feel like I'm on the court. I need a breather. Give me a bottle of water. So, our defensive intensity. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that, bro. Our defensive intensity and we're not cutting them any slack. Their threes look tight. Everything they're shooting is short. Did you notice that, Indy Creek? Everything they're shooting is short. Even the free throw that Keegan Murray shot to start the game. Yeah, the best thing for us is to get out to a good start, but we've got to maintain. So, you got to keep that intensity there. So you can't let off. Dude, I was trying to keep up. I couldn't keep up with the ball. It was like, man, here it goes. They're Bohannon pushing one way, Xavier pushing back the other. Xavier's eyesight on the court. That, nobody said this all year long, but the way he's running the point right now, does he not look like a project for an NBA point guard? I'm ready for some commentary on that. I've never said that before, and I don't mean that he's going to be straight to the NBA, but he does look like does he look like a project point guard? Yes, that is the score, Lindsay. Because the way he can see the floor, the way he's passing the ball, some scoreboard is not shown. Oh, did they? Oh, I know what happened. Hold on, fix it. There we go. ESPN changes the way they run the game after so many minutes. They put an advertisement and it screws me. Yeah, I really feel that way. It's up. You guys can see the scoreboard, right? I know Sam's having trouble, but I know you guys can see it. Okay, Sam says thanks. That means it's there. Well, and that's the thing about Iowa. They can score in bundles, so you can't let off the defensive intensity. But if you play defense for 40 minutes in this game and don't let up, you've got the opportunity to win. But I think Xavier is starting to show that he has more capability at the next level. He may be a G League guy for a year. He may sit on a bench. He's not going to be a draftee, I don't think. You never can tell. Depends on what kind of run he gets on going forward. Here comes Perkins across the timeline. Or is that Toussaint? That looks like Toussaint. They've got subs in the game. Chris Murray's in, Toussaint's in, and someone else that I'm not sure is in right now. There's McCaffrey on the baseline. He's got the ball against Xavier. Feeds it out around for three. And short off the front iron. Trace Jackson gets the rebound. Here comes X with the ball. Indiana's content to slow it down a little bit right now and stay in the half court. Joe Toussaint is out high on Xavier Johnson. That's a really good matchup. Oh, Miller Kopp with the bad bounce pass goes out of bounds. That'll be Indiana's first turnover. All right, here comes Joe Toussaint pushing back the other direction. He is a very aggressive point guard. Sometimes he makes turnovers, but he's very fast. Feeds Murray on the wing. Murray's going to drive inside, and is going to get stripped by Parker Stewart, controlled by Miller Kopp. Here comes Indiana, looking to push. Parker on the wing, gets Trace down on the block. Murray's on Trace. He's going to back in. There's the double team, and Joe Toussaint sneaks down on the double team and gets the steal. He's going to push, gets it over to the corner. Iowa looks a little bit better defensively right now. They're getting in there on Trace down low. There is a long three by Murray, and he makes one. I think that's Chris. But that's his first three, 15-6 Indiana. Xavier's going to bring the ball across the timeline. Little different look for this Illinois defense right now. They are in more of a man set now than that kind of weird matchup zone-looking thing they were doing. Well, two-man game, Xavier dribbles off his knee almost and goes around Toussaint. Gets to the basket, feeds Parker in the corner. He's going to take the three, hard off the back iron, and it was Race in the corner. Long rebound comes out. Here comes McCaffrey the other way. Feeds it up court to, I can't even get his name out, Murray. Murray buries another three. Just like that, 6 straight points for Iowa out of the timeout. Here we go the other direction. Race is out on high on the point, hands off to Miller. Miller is going to take the three. That's short off the rim, no good. It's going to go off of Trace Jackson Davis out of bounds back to Iowa. And just like that, Iowa's coming right back after a couple ugly-looking shots and a turnover or two. It doesn't take much. These guys This is a high-octane offense. So now you got to kick the defense back up a notch. Toussaint goes left. He's trying to get around Xavier. Nothing doing. Feeds over to Bohannon. Bohannon hits Chris Murray. I'm just going to say Murray because there's two of them. Get it down into the corner. Bohannon drives around, hits Murray. Murray for another three, and he buries it. 3 in a row. 2 by Chris, 1 by Keegan. And 9 straight points for Iowa in the matter of a minute. Trey Galloway is on the floor right now, and he's going to bring the ball across the timeline as Miller Kopp takes a seat on the bench after that turnover. Race is out high with Xavier. Xavier's going to get to the basket. He's going to feed over to Galloway. Galloway around to Race, over to Parker in the corners. Somebody needs to shoot. 10 on the shot clock. They get Trace on the block. Trace spin move, goes up and in, and passes off to Race for the layup. I don't know if it was a missed shot or a pass, but it looked good. Here comes Iowa in transition. Feeds Bohannon over to Murray. Defend that three-point line. McCaffrey's got it. He drives in. He's going to hit Chris Murray for another one, and he hits another one. 9 straight points for Chris Murray. My God. Defend the three. 17-15 Indiana. 10:47 to go. Iowa's on a 12-2 run. We hit Trace back on the block. Keep feeding the block. He feeds it across court. Galloway gets it in the lane. Rotates it around to Xavier up high. Xavier's got Bohannon on him. Feeds inside. It was a risky pass. Keegan Murray gets a tip. Here comes Chris in transition. That's a charge. Xavier Johnson gets set. Chris Murray goes in, and that's a charge. You got to defend the three-point line. You have to defend it. Chris and Keegan Murray will sit out there and shoot jump shots all day. You cannot let their bench beat you. We go from the highest of highs from a 15-3 lead to a 12-2 run. And the only thing that's different is that we're not getting out on shooters. Woo! Another timeout here. Let's see what they come out of the timeout. Dude, that's what scares me about Iowa. There's no lead that's too you know, if you don't go down and score and keep the tempo where you want it and don't score, they can score in bunches. I mean, there was 12 straight points on three-pointers right there. Now, granted, they can't keep that pace up the whole game, but you've got to get a hand in their face. This is why they average over almost 80 points a game. Back to a little bit that's going in the chat today. Everybody that's in here today, welcome for hanging out. Just so you guys know, Iowa fans are welcome in here. I don't usually talk a lot of bad smack about teams. I think they're a great team as well. No, Nathan. Let's talk about it for a second. Maybe I should try to get a sponsorship. I'm drinking a Ghost. Blue Raspberry Sour Patch Kid, 0 sugar. It's a workout drink, and I like it. My eyesight's not great. This Iowa team is playing some of the best basketball in the Big Ten. They are proving why. Once they started rebounding and defending, this is why they are definitely a national contender. So today lets us really know how we stand on the big stage, because this Iowa team really mirrors some of the other good teams from the other leagues, like Baylor and in Auburn and Kentucky. Their style of play is very similar. They play the same type of high-scoring, high-intensity offense. Guys can score from every position. What Indiana's trying to ascend to with basically an NBA style of offense. Right now, according to Jerry Palm, Indiana is an 11 seed. I think they might be a 10. Iowa's a 6. They should definitely be a 5. Purdue's on the 2 line. Wisconsin's hard on the 3. I thought that was really the other way around until yesterday. Fran McCaffrey. Here's Rob Fennessy is on the floor. Xavier Johnson. Miller Kopp. Here comes the zone press. Fennessy's got the ball. He's going to come across the timeline, feed Kopp down on the wing. Kopp gets it over to Fennessy. Fennessy had it, but he didn't shoot it there. He's going to look for a better one. Rotates the ball around to Fennessy on the right wing. Fennessy's got it. He's waiting. Here comes a pick by Trace. He's going to step back. He's going to dribble drive. He's going to feed out to Galloway for three. Short off the rim. Trace tries to control it, but he loses it out of bounds for the offensive glass. The ball will go back to Iowa. This is the lineup on the floor minus Race and Kopp switch out that I like the most right now. Perkins comes across the timeline. Fennessy's got him. He goes around the pick. McCaffrey's out high. McCaffrey's down low. There's two of them, I guess. There's Keegan Murray. He's up against Galloway. He's going to push him. Nothing doing. Good defensive position by Galloway. 6 on the shot clock. And Toussaint takes a deep three. Not a good shot for him. And Fennessy comes in, steals the board. He's going to push up the left sideline. Fennessy's got it out high. He's going to drive. He's going to get into the lane. He feeds Galloway for the layup. Oh, Galloway went to dunk it, and he missed it, but there was a foul called. When that point guard gets in there and cutting down the middle at that free throw line, these guys should be crashing the basket. There's the inbound pass. Xavier's got it out high. Fennessy's got it. They're playing this little funky zone again. Let's see how we react to it. Xavier gets Trace in the middle. Trace feeds back out to Fennessy. He's going to drive. Over in the corner. Galloway's looking. Over. Oh, there's this. Ooh, tipped away by Joe Toussaint. If he would have stayed in bounds, it would have been, he'd been off to the races, and he knew it. 5 on the shot clock. This zone, we started out very good going inside out against it, but right now we look a little out of sorts. There's no shot clock. And they're going to call Xavier for a charge there. That looks like a little, I don't know. Sanford's in the game for Iowa. I don't know all the guys. Sorry, I apologize. IU's got 4 turnovers already, which is not a good sign. Toussaint's got the ball out high, looking to get inside. He's driving around. There is going to be a Murray that's open for 3. It's short off the front rim. Offensive glass of the Sanford. He's looking, and he passes into Keegan Murray, who goes up over Trace for the layup. Tie ball game. Iowa has come all the way back. 17 all, 8:34 to go in the first half. Xavier Johnson hits Fennessy on the wing. Fennessy is going to look around. He's going to play it. Nothing doing. He hits Trace out from the block. Over to Xavier. Get it back down low to Trace. There you go. Cross court to Fennessy. Fennessy's going to drive. He gets around Sanford. Back out to Xavier for 3. Money. Xavier Johnson shot that ball right there in rhythm, and it went down. It was kind of ugly and didn't go clean through, but it went down. 2017 IU. 8:04 left to go in the first half. Looking to feed the ball in the post to Keegan Murray. Throws it to Chris. Almost loses it. Miller Kopp is in tow. Do not let him dribble drive. Don't get him. Oh, and Fennessy strips the ball. Galloway comes up with it. Here comes Galloway. He's going to push. Galloway's going to drive in the lane. He's going to hit X. X is going to float it up to Trace for the alley-oop and a layup. 5-0 run, 22-17 for Indiana. Here comes Toussaint back the other way. He's going to get all the way to the basket. Throws it out for 3 from Sanford, and he hits it. 22-20. 7:29 to go. Yeah, that's what I thought, Dave. I thought he embellished it a little bit, but it is the right call. Galloway to the rim, misses the layup. Keegan Murray defended. Galloway's back the other direction. IU gets back on D. Toussaint's got it on the left wing. He's looking, probing, nothing doing. Oh, Xavier. Xavier runs in like a linebacker to make a tackle. Hits Toussaint. A couple things that we're doing that's a little ugly right now. Woodson's still arguing. James, nice to see you today. Yeah, I know, Dave. I don't the flop rule and this charge business. I'm not really, you know, that I think they call that foul based on appearance, but not necessarily based on the rule. Uh, I don't know. Whoever gets there first, I think that was probably the right call. No, I didn't, James. I'm not. Haven't had a. This game has been so. The pace has been so frantic. It's hard to keep up with anything other than that. I do too, because both of these teams are playing good basketball. They're both going to go on runs. How you stop a run and react to a run is how you're going to finish your game. And right now, it looks like both teams are up for the challenge. Tells me that this game's probably going to be pretty tight. As long as this game doesn't make it into the 40s in the first half. How's it been going, Dave? I see your Missouri Tigers fired Quanzo yesterday. How do you feel about that? Who do you think they ought to get as a coach out there? Hey, what's up, Dennis? Nice to see you. Yeah, I know that Quanzo was a pretty good ball player in his day. I just don't, you don't hear anything about Missouri basketball. Not to say that it's a bad program or anything, but they seem like they're that team that just kind of is nowhere right now. And they really need something to put some life into that program. Consider it a project and find something good for them. It used to be a pretty stellar program back in the day. ORO Mood. Let's go Hoosiers. Right on, bro. What a great start. Dennis Daniel is in the house as well. You are, and you've got to find something to change a culture. Maybe a hot young coach, maybe somebody that nobody's thinking of, somebody to rebuild your recruiting base. No, Sam, it is a energy drink, bro. It's Sour Patch Kids Ghost. 0 sugar, my friend. 0 sugar. All right, Iowa's ball. 7:08 to go. I do too, bro. Here comes the drive. He's going to go to the basket, and he puts it up and in. There's a quick basket for Iowa on dribble penetration from their center. Here comes Finney back the other way. There is another guard out there that I'm not familiar with right now for Iowa. Galloway drives, goes cross court to Parker. Parker's going to drive into the middle, back out to Finney. Hits Race on the block. Race is going to back him down. There comes the double team. Hits a cutter, which is Galloway. Galloway feeds it out to Kopp. Kopp's going to shoot the 18-footer short. And there's a turnover. Galloway picks it up and puts it back in. Quick basket for IU, 24-22. Here comes Iowa back the other way. Ulis is on the floor for Iowa. There is another good guard on that team. There's the dribble penetration by Keegan Murray. Race stands him up. He picks up his dribble. Feeds Chris on the block. Chris is going to shoot it. No good. Controlled by Parker Stewart. Outlet pass up the court. Here comes Galloway. 1-on-2. Throws it to the corner to Kopp for 3. Oh, it rims out. Keegan Murray with the board. Coming back the other way. Feeds the lob into Chris. Chris puts it up and in. And Miller Kopp's going to commit the foul. It'll be an and one. Yeah, no doubt. There's got to be somebody on one of these big-time staffs that's recruiting, that's an assistant coach, that would be excellent for that position, or a just-retired NBA guy. I could think of a lot of guys that maybe would fit that bill. Chris Murray eats Indiana for breakfast. That's 11 points, I believe. Plus 1 makes it 12. He's got half of their points in the first half. The game is now, and Iowa has their first lead that I can remember, 25-24, with the zone press kicking. Here comes Galloway across the timeline, feeding Finney back and forth. gets it across, barely beats the 10-second call. Cops got it out high. I think they switched it to a man, or they know they're playing this matchup business. Parker for three out of the corner from Galloway, no good. Here comes Chris Murray with the board, feeding over the other way to Sanford. Sanford, they're looking to impose their will. Iowa is getting some momentum. I see the shift. Got to play stop defense. Euless drives, feeds over to Sanford in the corner for three. Short off the front rim, no good. Miller Kopp controls the rebound. Here comes Galloway. Galloway's going to push it up the right side. Probing, nothing doing. He's going to hit Fennessy on the wing. Fennessy's looking down inside. He's going to drive over to Galloway at the top of the key. They're going to reset with 18 to go. 25-24, Iowa. Race gets the ball on the block with Keegan Murray on his back. Galloway shoots the three. Off the rim, no good. There's a long rebound to Sanford. Here comes transition. Chris Murray. Chris Murray gets the layup. You see what's going on right here, right? They're goading us into taking the outside shot, and Woodson takes a timeout, giving the back to a three-point lead. They're goading us into taking outside shots here that we're not making with the wrong guys, and they're using that for long rebounds and try to push out into transition because long rebounds make it easy to get into fast break situations. So they're going to pack it down inside, especially with Trace on the bench right now. And yes, Dave, they're goading us into taking those shots. Soft floaters don't bounce, 8 foot off the rim and give you a 5 foot head start on a fast break. Woo, man, I'm already gassed today. I got up this morning, it was 21 degrees outside. It was 50 degrees yesterday morning. I don't like that, not at all. (27-24). We really need a basket here. Also, we noticed that we haven't seen Jordan Geronimo today, which I didn't suspect we would see. But the news was good that he is not seriously hurt. We are gonna need. I think we might need. Right? The matchup doesn't say we need minutes from Durr today, but I would like to see him get his big 7 foot butt in there for a couple inside possessions. Fennessy's got Euless on him. He's going to feed Race in the middle. Race has got the ball. He's going to drive to the basket, put it up and in, and one. Keegan Murray picks up, I believe, his second foul, which probably will sit him down for the rest of the half and give us an opportunity with the last 4 minutes of, let's see. That looks like you know what? I can't tell which Murray it was. I think that was his second foul, but I'm not sure. Keegan, Chris, they look like there's a steal by Race, and Euless steals it right back, feeds it over to Sanford for the 8-footer. No good air ball. And there's a steal. Fennessy's got it back. Here we come back the other way. Loose ball. Fennessy's going to push a little bit. Euless is in tow. Euless got good hands. Trace has got it inside, puts it up and in. There ain't no stopping Trace when you get him inside of 8 foot in this game. Right on. Go to the basket. Euless has got the ball out high. They're in a 1-4 set. Keegan Murray's got the ball out high. He's going to drive on Race. He's going to go to the hoop, and it rims out no good. Controlled by Miller Kopp. Here comes Fennessy the other way. Fennessy's going to have to play big minutes today. Fennessy sets up. Hits Race Thompson, nothing doing. Feed it into Trace. Get it to Trace on the block. He's going to get the foul from behind on Rebecca. Sorry, I called him Tribeca. Rebraca. I can't say his name. Yeah, Dave, I'm sure that Illinois game gives you some it's pretty close to your heart because of the Missouri-Illinois games. Do they still do that annual rivalry? What is it called? The crosstown or the state? I don't know. What's that rivalry called, Dave? Where Illinois and Missouri used to play. But yeah, we cannot. We only should shoot 3-pointers on the inside out, and it should only be after Trace or Race gets the ball on the block. That's the only time we really should be shooting them unless you got good guard penetration. Used to be a big-time game. Man, I don't know if I can handle another day like we had yesterday in here. If it goes down like the game did yesterday, when we get done, while I process the game, I'm going to have to take a nap. If it's a bad finish, I'm going to clean. Oh, Joe, you know what? I say we do need this win, and it's not for NCAA tournament seeding. It isn't for anything other than this program needs a pride win to get them back to where national relevance, to where there's pride within the community, where the fans come back out of the woodwork. For too long, IU fans have been subdued. They have had to keep their mouth shut because there's nothing out there that showed any relief in sight for this program. And now this season, you come in here a few weeks ago, you should have heard. I mean, I'm still talking. I'm very critical of I'm very critical of coaching. I'm very critical of play. But I just remember learning the game of basketball through the eyes of Bob Knight, and that's how he coached, and that's how I learned the game of basketball. I learned the game of basketball from a TV before I ever touched a basketball on the court. So I watched Bob Knight coach, and it started about 1979 when I was a little kid. I would sit there and watch games, and I watched when he would get mad. I would watch what he did to make people sit down, and I would listen to commentators. And when you would hear the way that he would, the way he would express himself in interviews, he was my idol as far as a coach goes. And I learned the game of basketball watching him, and that's how I approached most everything in life. He was like my coach. I was in school there 1991, 92 until I flunked out like a dum-dum. But, and getting to go into the arena to watch them games, I didn't care about the players on the team. I wanted to see coach. And that's where, my love for this team came from. The early 2000s, has been horrible all the way. There's been some bright moments. There's been some good moments, but it's not been what I expect. Yeah, I wasn't responsible enough to be a college student when I was, but at least I got to witness what it's like to be in Assembly Hall in a packed house and win a Big Ten championship. There's the pass into Trace. He's going to get it back to Miller Kopp, who goes up, and there's no foul called. Race Thompson picks it back up, and there's going to be a foul on Tony Perkins there as Race gets the offensive rebound and feeds it back out to Parker Stewart. Man, there looked like there was a lot of fouls in there. Looks like they're letting him play, but Perkins is going to get called there for that. Cross the arm on Race Thompson, and they're going. Oh, it's going to be. Here comes the same play. Finney's out high, and what a defensive play by Chris Murray to knock the pass out of bounds. Race Thompson saying that should have been a bounce pass, and it should have. Kopp's got the ball out of bounds again. He feeds Finney out high. 18 on the shot clock, 3:31 left in the half. Indiana has a 2-point lead. Let's bog this one down. Let's burn it. Let's go. Trace drives all the way to the basket. Up and in. Trace Jackson Davis with another layup. Here comes Bohannon back the other direction. Finney's got him tight. He is not going to be the one that beats him today. Finney's out there with him. Finney gets the steal. He picks it up, and he draws the foul as he's going off on the fast break. Rob Finney with the fast hands. Sam, I did not graduate from college. I left college. I went home. I went to work after I screwed up and flunked out, basically. I was on academic probation. Went home and went back to technical school and ended up a service technician for HVAC and an engineer. Finney's got the ball out high. He's looking. He feeds Trace down low. Trace is going to dribble penetrate. Here comes the double team. Trace shoots the little floater. It's short off the rim. Good defense by Rebecca. Here comes Tony Perkins back the other way against Finney. Finney gets out high and cuts him off. Could have been a blocking foul. There's Murray with the ball looking to shoot. Back over to Perkins. Perkins is going to drive. He's going to get to the middle. He's going to throw it back out long for Rebecca for three. Rims out, no good. Trace Jackson's got the rebound. Here comes Finney back the other way. I went to ITT in 98 through 2000, and then I used it to propel my career, my friend. Miller Kopp feeds it down to Trace Jackson, and the pass is tipped. Race picks it up. Good hands by Race. Finney was going to take the three. He's going to drive into the lane and shoot the floater. No good. Finney goes for the offensive glass, and Rebecca's going to clear it and bring it up. Here comes Iowa back the other way. Bohannon is probing out high. Nothing doing. Miller Kopp in that. Indiana's played 2 minutes of good defense. Here comes, Bohannon's wide open for three, and he sunk it. Miller Kopp bounced off of him to fall back into the middle and left Bohannon open. Iowa's now down by 1. Can't leave them, guys. You cannot leave them shooters. You have got to defend man-to-man, and help has got to be careful. Kopp's got it out high. He's going to get into the lane. He shoots it, and he draws the foul, and he will get 2 free throws. If he misses these 2 free throws, I'm probably going to be mad. Even though he missed, always attack the basket. Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, Corey? Nice to see you, my friend. I hope you would consider hitting the like and the subscribe button for the channel. We do as many IU games as possible. A lot of love in here for the school. Kopp hits his first free throw. I wish he'd have done that with 10 seconds to go yesterday. I'm never satisfied, folks. Never satisfied. 32-30. We're right on the same path that we need to be. And Tamar Bates is going to make his first appearance today as a freshman. Up and down season for that young man, but he's got loads of potential. Kopp nails the second. IU's got a 3-point lead. Here comes Iowa back the other way. Finney's on Bohannon. Bohannon comes across the timeline. He's looking to feed the pass. Nothing doing. He keeps probing. Hits Perkins on the other side. Tamar Bates is on Perkins. Hits Chris Murray. He's looking for the shot. Bohannon's open for 3. No good. Hard off the back rim. Trace Jackson Davis reaches up, grabs the rebound, hands it off to Finney. And Finney walks it across the timeline, looking to burn a little bit of shot clock here, I believe. Tamar gets it out high, feeds Trace on the block. Here comes the double team. Trace is trapped. He feeds it underneath to Race. There's the push and the shot and the basket. Trace dribbles out of the double team. Race Thompson gets the easy basket. 5-point lead, 56 seconds to go. Perkins drives the lane, and there's going to be a foul on Bates. That's okay. Trace getting out of the double team, splits it and hits Race Thompson on the block for the easy layup, which is a really nice play. Ball faking, then up and in. Race Thompson doesn't miss. What's up, Joel? Nice to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping in. Smash the like on your way out, my friend. I appreciate you. Bohannon's got it out high. McCaffrey dribbles across he's probing against Bates. Nothing doing. Good defense. Perkins is on Kopp. He's going to try to drive him. He's going to hit Bohannon. Bohannon for 3. And short off the rim. And the follow with the dunk because nobody blocked out for McCaffrey. Here we come. 35-32. Run this clock down. Let's take a last-second shot. I love the clown pants, bro. Finney's got it out high. 18 seconds. Here we go. 10 on the clock. He hits. There's going to be Bates for 3. Bates buries the 3. 5 seconds to go. 38-32. Here comes Iowa. 1. He's going to throw it up. I think he didn't get up in time. Tamar Bates at the end of the half buries the 3. Sinks it. Gives IU a 6-point lead going into the halftime. And basically that score is right there where we wanted it. Tamar Bates in rhythm. Takes the jump shot. It looks like he's been doing it all year because nobody came out to get in his face because nobody thought he would shoot it. 38-32 at the half. Wow. Absolutely, Creek. And that's it. You start the game well, you finish the half strong. Whew. You play another half of defense like we played there. You know, there was that run there. That let's talk about that that 4 3-pointers in a row run. But see, there's the only thing after that is they could not sustain that shooting. Once the adjustment was made to Chris Murray, you know, it really and Keegan was making more of those than Chris. I lose control of him. Chris only had the 1. Keegan had 3. But you know, they after that streak of 4 in a row, there was 12 straight points that they made. They only went 2 for God. Is that right? They went 2 for 18 the rest of the half, and and 2 for 18 is not going to beat anybody. So that streak comes at a price when you continually shoot those type of shots. And where that ends up in the half is that ends up. Yeah, you know what? I mean, and Creek, I agree. Watching Tamar hit that 3 like that is it's a big thing, because we're coming into that time where 1 or 2 baskets a game like that, taking a shot in rhythm, is what a young guy needs. Play defense and be ready when it's your turn to shoot. And that's exactly what he did. I think I did a video about him when he decommitted to Texas and decided to come here. And he, the first person, once I created that video, I'll tell this quick story while we're at halftime. I did a video on Tamar Bates and about when he decommitted and come to IU. It's one of our early videos that did really well. And the first person that came on board and subscribed the day that video went live was his father. And that told me right there that man, his father and him, saw Shaka Smart leaving Texas and wanted to try something else and was looking for a home for this kid. And they found Mike Woodson and Kenya Hunter. And I believe Woodson won this young man over in the house for being a father figure. Now, I know that there's been a few issues on this campus this year with these guys, but it's really I really think that Tamar Bates is in the right place for Tamar. And I think next year he is going to be a very good wing. He may be still a 6th man, depending upon how the transfer portal goes and who stays and who goes. Other thing that we talked about early on that we haven't talked about lately was of all the guys that have senior status at IU, Race Thompson and Parker Stewart walked at senior day. We were trying to figure that out the last time. And those 2 guys, and that was why the question came up the other day, because Ray still has another year. Well, Creek, yeah, because Ray said that it was still open for him, and Xavier, I think, has 1 more year of eligibility too for the COVID year. But if he keeps playing like this, he might be getting an agent, because he's played some flawless basketball. But I would really like to see Race and Trace back 1 more year. I don't know that we're going to see that. But, if not, it's definitely going to be an experience to watch the transfer portal and see how Woodson rebuilds the team. 23 is gone. I'm I'm excited. Yeah, Trace is. See, the problem with Trace, though, and he is not a first-round draft pick, right, as of the way that it stands. His NBA stock is really low because of his outside shot being non-existent. The other problem that Trace has is that size, and he has not got the bulk in there yet. If you go back, and Dave, I know Dave. Anybody that hasn't heard or seen Dave in here before, Dave's a very smart sports guy. He's a Missouri guy, but Dale Davis is Trace Jackson's dad, and when Trace starts to bulk up like him, he can be an inside presence in the NBA. TJD, Sam, Trace Jackson Davis. But as of right now, his NBA stock is really low because of no outside jump shot. And he took one the other day and made one. He hit about a 16-footer in the Illinois game yesterday, I believe. And I was really excited. Yep, Dale Davis from the Pacers, that's his father. And Dale Davis made him come back to school for another year because he knew he wasn't ready for the NBA. So this offseason will be definitely tumultuous just to see how this is going to work out for him. I don't know that he definitely needs another year, but he won't see any playing time. Let's go back to Romeo Langford a few years. I'm not sure, Dave. Okay, Creek says yes. But, look at Romeo Langford, how long it took him to sit on the bench in Boston before he started making his presence known in the NBA. I know that these kids are always worried about injury, and the NBA money is so big time, but being ready for it is a good thing as well. He's not said he's leaving, but he was very emotional about getting to play in the NCAA tournament, or supposed to be playing in the NCAA tournament this year. We'll see how that plays out. It depends on how far these guys get, how much they really decide they want to win, and that's really up to coach to see if he can convince them to stay. But Trace has everything but the outside shot. If he had the outside shot, he would be gone. Oh, no doubt, Creek. But coming back this year, legitimized Woodson's first year as a coach. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now, with a guy that coached as many years in the NBA and played as many years in the NBA as Woodson, somebody's going to take that kid, whether it be draft or post-draft, wherever his affiliations lie, somebody's going to pick him up, because that's having a former NBA coach as your coach in college. There's a lot of credibility that goes in there to what he's been teaching him this year. This team did not have a lot of NBA talent. This team is definitely a college team that they're playing an NBA style offense. Yeah, you know what? They closed out the end of the half really good there, Matt. And I do want to go through some of the stats really fast with everybody. And oh my God, Nathan, Alex and I got to get in and do some football talk, because there is a ton of it. Yeah, and we are going to get baseball. Yeah, you know what? Transfer portal is going to be interesting, Creek, because of Mike Woodson and Kenya Hunter. Let's go through this first half. Now, Trace Jackson Davis goes 8 for 11 from the field for 16 points. He's got 2 blocks, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and he only has 1 turnover. Now, what I'm going to say about that is, when Trace has a really good first half, they're going to focus him on the second half, because there's the reason for the dominant play right there. When you score almost 50% of your team's points in the half, that's where they're going to focus. Probably, Dave. Sad. Miller Kopp, 0 for 3 from the 3-point line, 0 for 6 in the half. He did make 2 free throws. Race Thompson only took good shots, therefore he's hitting 100%. Has 5 rebounds in the first half. Xavier Johnson really playing good passing. He did have a couple turnovers, but 5-2 assist to turnover ratio, I'll take. Crap. Parker Stewart, non-existent. 3 rebounds, though. Those do help. He did have a steal. Those are some little things. We only went to the bench with 3 players, but Bates, Galloway was 1 for 4 from the field. Bates was 1 for 1. We do have 5 points off the bench, and Fennessy played some really good defensive minutes. 2 assists, no turnovers, 3 steals, 2 rebounds. Oh, wrong cards. We only shot 22% from the 3-point line, which I don't know how that is, because I see us going 3 for 10. Oh, yeah, we went 3 for 10, so I don't see how that's correct, but the statistic sheet is bogus. Also, not a lot of fouling out there. 5 team fouls, 7 for Iowa. The only person that got 2 was Xavier, and he was a little handsy, but Xavier played some really good basketball in the first half. Xavier and Rob played really good. Sam, it's not Colin, Heavy Metal Detective, is Louisville Cards. Dave is a St. Louis Cardinals guy. baseball, college. So we're all over the place in here. But all in all, we did out rebound Iowa, which is going to be an important stat. 14-13 on the defense, 19-17 overall. Both teams had 11 assists. They had 7 turnovers. We had 5. Very tightly played game. Really good, well-played basketball game. Texas A&M is going to break Rutgers and or Michigan's hearts. I don't think so. It really depends on if somebody that's not supposed to win a conference tournament elsewhere. But as of right now, I don't see any way that those teams don't get in with the amount of quad 1 wins. Actually, the guy I want at Mizzou to get is a blatant cheater. Who's that, Dave? Cowboys just traded Amari Cooper to the Browns. Knew it was a good fit. Dave, that's desperation times for your college, my friend. Missouri, no, I don't think so. And you know what, Dave? And I was just sitting there going through my head. Calipari's not leaving Kentucky, but I would take Rick Pitino if I was out there. He's doing a great job at Iona, and what a good coach. He spent too much time in Louisville, and things got a little bit out of hand. I like Rick Pitino. Yeah. Colin, right now I'm going to say that that's probably true. But here's the deal. I think Seattle got the grit into that deal. How do you feel about that? And I'm going to tell you why. Because right now, I think Deshaun Watson ends up in either Seattle or Carolina. He's been cleared of all of the legal part of it. There may be a suspension. I love Bruce Pearl. I think they're going to end up with Russell Wilson, with Noah Fant at tight end and that wide receiving core, or Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson will probably rather go there, but Carolina has a sizable offer as soon as he drops the no trade clause. So let's see what it is. I think Seattle did really well. I think both teams did well. You know what? Let's just call it what it is. Denver, Kansas City, San Diego, LA, and the Raiders out there are all going to be fighting each other. It's going to be the best division to watch in football. I like Noah Fant though, Dave. I really do. The Chargers say, look, we re-signed our wideout. We got Mike Williams. Now we're going to go up and we're going to build this defense. And then they go out and get Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack's got a little bit to prove, I believe. And I think they're trying to make their defense more formidable. They think they can score with anybody. Now they're trying to fix their D. I love the NFL. The NFL, Alex and I can sit. If we get going on the telephone, we can go for hours, and nothing in the world will stop us with conversation. Oh, and you know what? There was something I want to mention about yesterday's game that I didn't get to say. At the end of that game, the last 8 minutes of the game, Curbelo was running the point for Illinois. And when with 14 seconds to go, when Frazier threw that ball out of bounds on that no-look pass, Curbelo had been driving the right side every single time there and going to the baseline and passing out, shooting, or feeding the right side corner. Everybody was in the same position except for Frazier was running the point, and instead of going all the way to the basket, he stopped and passed to the wing and expected the cut. So different point guard, different result. I don't even know who was on the wing over there. It must have been Hawkins. Did not expect that pass, and just because them 2 point guards got switched up from what they've been doing currently, that's what created that turnover. And you could see the look on Frazier's face like, hey, man, I've been making this pass to you all year. And he was like, what am I supposed to do? This is where I've been the whole time because Corbello had been going to the glass. And that really won us the game yesterday. Them switching up who was running the point and how they did their dribble penetration. Best part of that game was the final score. Hell yes. All right. 20 more minutes. McCaffrey's going to inbound. And here comes Bohannon. Across the timeline against X. No foul right now, Xavier. McCaffrey's going to drive. They're going to run the weave. Perkins is in to start the second half. Looks like our offense right there. They hit Rebecca down low. No good. Tipped out. Xavier controls the rebound. Here comes X the other way. He's going to give up the ball and let Parker Stewart bring it up. Try to get Parker in some rhythm. Get him in the flow of the game. Parker's going to drive around the right side, hit Kopp in the corner. Kopp feeds. Trace on the baseline. Rotates it out. Here comes Race Thompson, gives it to Trace. Trace goes up for the layup, gets blocked, goes back up and in. Trace Jackson Davis starts the second half just the way he finished the first. Indiana gets the first 2, 40-32. Got to play D. Got to keep playing D. Stops. 3 in a row. Get 3 stops. Parker Stewart is out there on Perkins. Perkins is going to try to go around him. Nothing doing. Hits over to Murray. Murray's going to dribble. He's going to look around. He's going to hit Bohannon out high. Can't leave him. Perkins almost took the shot. He gets around. There's the switch. Comes into the lane. McCaffrey goes up for the layup and scores. Connor McCaffrey with the quick 2. 18:52 to go. 6-point game. Xavier's going to walk it up across the timeline. Make sure my scoreboard is going to stay up to date. Trace has got it down near the block. Comes a double team. Rotates it around to Kopp. Kopp does not shoot it. He drives the baseline. Feeds back out. Race Thompson almost stepped out of bounds. Man, that was close. And here comes Iowa back the other way. I missed a shot or whatever happened there because I was resetting my scoreboard. Here comes Perkins. He's going to take the 15-footer, short off the rim. Race Thompson controls, hands off to X. Both teams come out looking a little cold right now. Get the ball on the block. Get it down there. Xavier's got the pick out high from Trace. There's the switch. He feeds over to Parker. Parker drives the lane. Back out to Xavier. Trace gets the ball out about 12 feet. He's going to drive the baseline. Feeds over to Race Thompson for the dunk. Trace with a no-look pass under the basket. Here comes Indiana, 42-34. Perkins is out high on Xavier. Nothing doing out high. Bohannon is on Parker Stewart. I'm watching this guard play. Murray's got the ball out high. Rotates it around. Gets it up. He's going to shoot the 3. Can't leave him open. Good God. You cannot leave him open. 42-37, back to a 5-point lead. There's the pass into Race Thompson. Goes up for the layup. Missed it. And Murray controls it. Here comes Bohannon. Indiana had several chances at the offensive rebound. Should have been down. Here comes Perkins to the glass. Gets the layup. Uses his arms to get that layup. 42-39. Cuts it back to 3. Xavier comes across the timeline. Perkins with the nice layup there. Here we go back the other way. Xavier's going all the way to the basket for the dunk. X gets around his defender and gets down. You got to get back on D, though. Don't celebrate too long. Here comes Perkins back the other way. He's got Parker Stewart in tow. He's going to get it out. Murray's going to try to get the 3. Nothing doing. Rotates it around McCaffrey. McCaffrey's trying to go around Kopp. Gets to the lane. Puts up another layup and in. And Miller Kopp is getting burnt by Connor McCaffrey. That's twice in a row. What is wrong with that kid? Play defense. Xavier, man, driving the lane for the dunk. Dude, he went right around Tony Perkins and just dunked it right between the D. Nobody had anything to say or do right there. Patrick McCaffrey, sorry, I had the wrong McCaffrey. It's a bad thing about too many people with the same dang last name. At the free throw line. And he's going to cut this lead back down to 2. Here we go. 16-19 to go. Iowa's on a bit of a run, and they're going to run the press. Parker gets it up across court. He's going to drive all the way to the basket. Puts up the floater. No good. Race Thompson fights for the offensive rebound. Trace gets it. He's going to draw the foul on Murray. He's going to get some free throws. Race Thompson on the glass there is what saved that play. Parker has not been able to make a shot. I don't know why he's even playing. Trace Jackson for the free throw. Sinks it. Galloway's getting ready to come in. I'm sure he's coming in for Miller Kopp, who's not playing very good defense right now. We'll see in a second. And he misses the second free throw. Here comes Perkins with the rebound. Back the other way. Kopp went to the bench because of that defensive play. Perkins gets inside the lane. No good. Trace controls the glass. Here comes X back the other way. 45-42. 15-50 to go in the game. Xavier's going to the basket. Feeds to the corner. Back around him. Rotating it. Nothing playing in there. It looked like they had a good chance for the shot. Here comes Trace. Over to Parker. Parker's going to drive the lane, puts up the layup, and in. Parker gets to the glass, finally scores one. 5-point lead for Indiana. Here comes Iowa back the other way. Bohannon looking to push. Bohannon goes around Xavier. He's going to hit Perkins. Perkins is out high. Xavier Johnson's been switched over to him. He's going to hit. There's almost a steal by Parker Stewart. They're going to call him for the reach. He does that a lot. Kopp hasn't played very well today at all. 47-42, 15-20 to go. Man, I'm telling you what, I don't know how much my nerves can handle. I'm so excited for the progress of this team in the last, even the Rutgers loss and the Purdue loss. Going into Purdue and only losing by 2, I was not disappointed with that. I mean, I wanted them to win, but I wasn't disappointed. And then coming into this Big Ten tournament, I think we got the worst possible draw by how our season went by getting Michigan and as the 8th seed, and then having to play Illinois, the 2 teams that beat us the worst in the regular season. And now we're playing Iowa, a team that beat us by 9 on their home court. And that could have been the worst draw we had for this tournament. Only thing that would be worse now is to play Michigan State in the final if we won today, because that's the other team that really seemed to have their way with us. But if the trend keeps going and you keep beating teams that have beaten you, then I'll take it. But what a game we've got here. At this point right now, I got to say that I'm pretty happy thus far. The score in the second half, the scoring starting a little fast. I think the defense is going to kick in. A&M's up 9. Yeah. Pookie, not tonight, brother. Maybe tomorrow at 3:30 if this game, and then I will definitely be in here for Selection Sunday. I'm not sure if Alex wants to do a live tonight or not. You know what? I'm to the point where if she wants to, I could definitely. I've got a laundry list of stuff that we could talk about. Because the NFL got hot this week. Got hot? Teams, you're starting to, I'm ready to talk some football tonight, man, for sure. I mean, I would like to, for sure, because the NFL's it's already heating up because you can already see which directions teams are going. You can see that, The Chargers, they're going to try to build their defense up a little bit to combat the offenses of the AFC West, holding true on their offense, keeping their young talent. Yeah, you know what, Tim? The last 12 minutes of this game is where it's going to really boil down to. I love the fact that they shipped Wentz out of town. And you know what? And we'll talk. I could love to talk about that too, Jim. Nice to see you back, by the way. I expected it. I wouldn't see you no more after them last couple games that we did. Murray's got the ball on the inbound. Here comes Bohannon. They're going to rotate it around. I was really good out of timeouts with play. Bohannon goes around a double pick. He's going to hit Murray, who's open for a three. Hard off the back rim. Nice open look. He missed it. He was falling away just a little bit. He wasn't squared up great. Here comes X across the timeline. A basket here would be huge. Race gets it. He's going to feed it over to Galloway. Galloway's going to drive the baseline. Feeds it out, and oh, my God. The pass floats over Race Thompson's head, and that's a turnover on Galloway. Not a really good one. King, Pookie Nation, Alvarez. Check out his Chicago sports. He loves the Bulls. Here comes Bohannon. He's going to feed McCaffrey. McCaffrey over to Murray. Both Murrays are in the game now. Chris is going to get all the way to the basket, and he loses it off his own knee off the strip. It did. It went off his knee. Don't complain it. It's Indiana's basketball. I'm starting to – here I go. Free agency actually officially starts on the 18th, I think, but everybody's already making deals. I think it's the 18th. Somebody double check. Here comes X across the timeline. Gets it to Galloway. Turnover for turnover. Here we go back the other way. Trace has got Murray on him. Here comes the double team with McCaffrey. Trace is in a trap. He's looking, feeds it out, gets it over to Galloway. Galloway drives. Good defense by Iowa. Galloway gets inside the lane back to X. 5 on the shot clock. X is going to drive. He goes all the way to the basket. It up, and no good. Trace gets the rebound, though, comes away with it. And they're going to get McCaffrey with the foul. I'm just going to say McCaffrey because don't know. Right now, Pookie, Carolina is waiting for him to drop the no-trade clause. They've got a big deal. And the Seattle Seahawks name came into mention. I think Dave's right. I thought it was the 18th. No, he says it's the 16th. Officially starts. It's done. It's done started. Oh, there's the inbound pass out deep to Trace. 18 on the shot clock. 14:04 to go in the game. Xavier sets the offense. Feeds Galloway on the left wing. Galloway's going to drive around. He looks. Xavier's on the outside. Over to Parker. Parker down to Trace on the block. Trace is going to back it in. He's going to put up the baby hook. He feeds Race Thompson, and he gets stripped. Here comes Chris Murray the other way. Keegan for 3. No good off the rim. McCaffrey gets the rebound, and there's going to be a foul on Galloway because he did not block out. Yeah. What is tampering, bro? Joe Toussaint is in the game. 47-42, 13-42 to go. The pass comes out to Murray out high. Trace Jackson Davis is defending. Murray's going to try to drive. Xavier cuts him off and goes for the ball. He smartly picks up his dribble. Toussaint trying to get around Parker. Feeds it back out for 3 from McCaffrey. Hard off the back rim. Parker Stewart with the rebound over Keegan Murray coming back the other direction. Gets the ball down to Trace on the block. He's got McCaffrey on him. Trace goes up and in. And the 1. Indiana extends to the 7-point lead. McCaffrey does not have the body to defend Jackson. Jackson spins, goes up, and scores it. That's just bulldozing right there. Right on, Pookie. I got some new stuff, too. I haven't really showed anything that I got going on right now. No, he's professional sports, Dave. (49-42), Indiana has the lead. There's Murray open for another three. Buried it. Found him in the niche. The one thing we can't do in this game is stop covering the three. My aunt went to the University of Northern Illinois. There goes Xavier to the basket. Feeds it out to Ray's out high. Looking to get the ball down to Trace again. They're going to keep feeding Trace down on the block. One way to – there's the double team comes. Trace has still got his dribble. And it's going to be out of bounds to Indiana. Trace is upset because the way nobody cut to the ball. But somebody got lost in translation there and wasn't covering Murray on that three. Xavier's going to shoot the three. It's short off the rim. He was running out of shot clock there. Here comes Iowa down by 4. Iowa's making their push. Keegan's got it out high, I believe. I think I had their numbers backwards. I've been calling them backwards all day. He's going to take the long three, and he buries another one. Keegan Murray has come on fire in this game. 6 for 8 on the three-point line. Iowa's back down to within 1. The under-12 timeout is coming. Let's get a dead ball. Indiana looks flat on offense. Let's get it down. And there's Trace goes up, and there's going to be a foul on the floor on Murray. What a pretty shot that Murray kid has. He finds space. He's good with the ball fake, and he never takes his eye off the basket. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot my phone. I wasn't throwing a device. Yeah, I haven't picked mine up in a while. This is the type of game we definitely knew we were going to get into. A big lead is never safe in this type of game, especially with that guy shooting the three-pointer. But there is other guys on that team that can shoot it as well. You just got to find a way to not let him find a seam, and don't get off your feet. My team fouls doesn't, if that's what you're going for, 7, that is 4 team fouls, I believe. Because I believe there was 7 in the first half. I show 11 total team fouls right now. Yeah, you need to get to the free throw line here. That is definitely it. And you got to finish strong here because these guys here play up and down basketball. They've got the stamina to go the distance. So far, really good showing today by this Indiana team. Definitely feeding our captain and beast, Mr. Trace Jackson. He's 10 for 15 from the floor. He's got 8 total rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 21 points. X has got 10 points. He's taking what they're giving him. He's not forcing it. Not getting the assists in the second half like he was. They really cut down his penetration. Race Thompson's playing a Race Thompson style game, 9 and 6. Got to get some more production off the bench here. Galloway's been a little sloppy today. Yeah, we're 4 for 6 from the line. We missed a couple here in the second half. Trace has missed 2 of them. You know, but not letting them to the line is just as important as us making when we get there. If we get more attempts, we're in better shape. Dave, I'm glad you're here today, man. I like your commentary. Definitely feeds right into my wheelhouse. I'm getting that nervous, antsy feeling where I can't sit still. Man, I got to cover that Murray kid. That last one was an NBA type of shot, though. Yep. Keegan Murray is killing it. 24 points. The rest of the team has 24. You know what? Team defense is where it's at today, but if we can find a way to close him down for the rest of the game and make somebody else beat us, I will take that. Has Iowa ever been bad at basketball? There were some years there, but they've had some really good players come through there. Roy Marble, B.J. Armstrong was a great point guard. Yogi Ferrell reminded me of B.J. Armstrong. Galloway's got it on the left wing. Feeds Fennessy over to Xavier. Xavier to Trace. Trace has got it. He's going to drive inside. He's going to put it up and in. Chris Murray was in tow, could not defend him. Trace gives Indiana back to the 3-point lead. Play defense and rebound, baby. Play defense and rebound. Joe Toussaint drives around the wing, hands it off to Bohannon. Bohannon to Toussaint. He's trying to get around Xavier. Nothing doing there. McCaffrey over to Chris Murray. Chris is going to drive on Trace. Nothing doing. Over to Toussaint, around to McCaffrey. 9 on the shot clock. Toussaint's got it. Galloway is in tow. Galloway defends. Galloway's going to pick up another foul. Joe Toussaint driving to the basket, let him get around him with 5 seconds to go. That is a bad matchup for Galloway. Toussaint's a little smaller and quick, and Galloway does not need to defend that guy. But I see why it happened. It happened because of the switch. Toussaint's at the free throw line. First one is good. No, doesn't have alcohol, Chad. I wish it did. I might feel a little bit better right now. 51-49, second free throw is up, and it's good. I don't like late shot clock fouls either, Dave. You cut him off, make him pass it. Here comes the press again. Iowa finally gets it set up. They're going to get across the timeline. Kopp is in the middle, shoots the 15-footer. No good. Trace gets the rebound, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on either Toussaint or Chris Murray. Trey and Miller Kopp was wide open and he can't hit it. If he can hit that shot, then it's a different game. If Kopp and Parker were to hit their shots when they're open. All right, there's the inbound to Fennessy. Nope, I'm sorry. Goes out to Xavier out high. 18 on the shot clock. Fennessy's looking to get the ball down to Trace. He goes up, puts it up and in. They cannot stop Trace Jackson Davis. Feed that man the ball. Feed him. Toussaint tries to feed it over. McCaffrey's there. Miller Kopp is drawing Keegan Murray right now, so don't let him get open in space. Perkins has got it out wide. He's going to try to get around. He's going to hit Chris. Chris Murray doesn't have anybody to go to. Over to Joe Toussaint. Trace Jackson Davis is on Toussaint. Does a good job of cutting him off. Toussaint's going to take the three. No good. And there's over the back. They didn't call it. Here comes Xavier. Fennessy with the rebound. Here comes X the other way. Xavier's going all the way. Over to Galloway for three. Oh, no good. And Trace is going to pick up the foul there. Fouling Chris Murray on the rebound. You know, I'm still until they stop Trace, why take the ball anywhere else? Until they can stop him, until they prove that they can stop him with a double team. And then you don't necessarily have to take the three off the double team. Dribble penetrate. Race Thompson's getting ready to come back in the game at the 10-minute mark. Here comes Toussaint. He's going to hand it off. Keegan Murray travel? Nope. I think they're going to call Miller Kopp for the reach. Now, better to foul him than let him drive to the basket. Dave, I'm telling you, I remember the days when Iowa went full court 24/7. And that was, that's nobody plays that basketball anymore. And you're right. Yeah, no doubt. Nobody else is hitting anything except for Xavier when he tries. They're going to call Race Thompson on a foul there, and I don't know that that is fair. I don't think that's a foul. He isn't even set for the pick. I don't know, Creek. I don't agree with that one at all. Does that put him in a bonus? Oh, my God. So I was in the bonus at the 9:55 mark. I don't agree with that call. Especially with the littler guy that's lower on the – I don't even feel like that it was solid. But, hey, what am I to say? And here we go back the other way. Galloway's trying to break the press. He does. And he gets it off to Kopp. Kopp gets Trace. Trace is going to drive inside. Feeds it back out to Xavier. Nothing doing there. Good defense by Iowa. Gets it into Race. Race puts it up and in. Race Thompson affects his will inside. Takes the lead back to 3. Here comes Toussaint. Pushing the other way. Here comes Murray. He's trying to drive. That's got to be a charge on Keegan Murray. Absolutely. Good position by Race Thompson. He was out of control. I think it's a good call, but because he's out of control. Watch. Oh, yeah. It may be a makeup call, but he was definitely out of control. And I think that's what they call that. They call that player control foul. I mean, I know he doesn't think that, but now's the time where you score. Keegan Murray's finally got 3 fouls on him. Here comes Galloway back across the timeline. They break the press. Xavier comes in. He's going to reset out high. Iowa's going to set back into their defense, and they're going to set it. Hits Trace in there in the middle. Trace is going to go up for the dunk. Oh, he missed it. I don't know why. Here comes Toussaint the other direction, and there's a block by Miller Kopp. He should have just grabbed it instead of swatting at it, but hey, I'll take it. Iowa's trying to get in transition. It's not working. Perkins and Toussaint are out there. Bohannon's sitting right now. McCaffrey's got it out high. He's got Kopp on him right now. There's Perkins. He's going to shoot the 3. Short off the rim. No good. He loses it out of bounds. It should be our ball. Oh, that's our ball. That's our ball. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, it's close. Okay. I don't know. That looks like that might be one that they call a jump ball. Could be ours. Looked like he touched it last, but the way Trace was pushing on it, I don't know. You know what? I like to bitch it and complain about refs. They called a timeout. Is that why can they do that if they call a timeout, Creek? I spilled my drink on my shirt. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. 55-52 with 8:42 to go. We're definitely going to keep the score in the realm where we wanted it. So, with that being said, play defense and rebound and take what's given to you, and you should win the game. One thing I don't see on my stat sheet here, guys, is I do not see second half as opposed to, bonus fouls and stuff. Iowa should have 6 right now, if I see it correctly. Yeah, Creek, it's going to be about that. And the one thing that they can't, I just think you shut down Keegan Murray, let somebody else beat you if they're going to beat you. They have 6, got it. But you know what? Yeah, that's just it. They haven't had an answer for Trace Jackson Davis today. The inside game has been the win. Every time we get it in there and there's no immediate double team that keeps him off the block, then there's been no answer. That his move is there. They're going to either have to foul. Scoreboard's correct, Sam. 55-52. And that is 8:42 to go. Both teams are playing a really solid half here. Both teams are playing winning basketball. It's just about defensive intensity right now. Let's see how long we can hold this thing down. They've done a really good job on several of the people today on this team. Everybody but Keegan Murray. I mean, it's Keegan and Trace that are really just dominating. Everybody else is playing good basketball. Here goes Toussaint. He's going to feed. Here comes McCaffrey probing the lane. Gets it back to Toussaint. 13 on the shot clock. McCaffrey's looking to feed. They're denying Keegan Murray the ball. That's good. McCaffrey throws it up. No good. Trace with the rebound. Here comes Xavier. Walk it up, my man. Walk it up. Set the offense. You want to go into a half-court game the last 8 minutes. You want to set this into half-court. You do not want to get in that pace. Race has got the ball at the top of the key. He's going to hand it off to Xavier. Here comes Kopp off the pick. Gets it to Trace on the block. 9 on the shot clock. Trace fires it out. Xavier's going to drive. And Xavier's going to get stripped. They're going to call Perkins for the foul. Xavier may have sold that one a little bit, but that's okay. That's going to get us to the free throw line. 8:28 left to go. Oh, we're at the 8-minute mark now, and we're going to the under 8 timeout. Yeah, he shouldn't have reached. I hate reach-in fouls. They're the ones that really make me mad because they're always going to call it when you slap at the ball. It's an easy one for the officials. Yeah, you know what? And that's another thing. It's all about mentality and focus at this point. You've got 8 minutes to glory. Stay on your task. Just take what they give you, make your free throws, and keep your defensive pressure up. You know when to do it. 63% chance to win by ESPN. Lindsay, that's an excellent stat. I would drop that down a little bit for me. Right now I'm about 50-50, and I'll tell you why. Because this is normally where we struggle. They've been better the last couple games, and they've been fighting really hard. But I'm going to still drive it down to about a 50-50 because they've got potential. Dave, I'm with you, man. I don't like late shot clock fouls. It feels like a bailout situation, right? If you reach, it's late in a shot clock, or you get burnt. I hate that. Yeah, and that's it. That's here. You're there. There's the part, Dave, and everybody that's in here has got to realize that this Iowa team is an absolute offensive, just waiting to erupt. We started out 15-3, and they came right back on us on a 12-2 run. Bang! I hope you're right, Chad. I'm gonna go there. I'll get when I get comfortable with the score. But we just can't have late, turnovers is what we can't have late in this game. And you know what? IU's got 42 points in the paint today to Iowa's 18, but Iowa's 9 for 26 from the three-point line. Dude, I hope so. All right, we got 8 minutes to go. Let's get everybody in here. Smash it for me today. Let's get Indiana a win. Hopefully, I'll have to rush home tomorrow and get it. I'll set everything up tonight, and I'll rush home tomorrow after work to get this thing rolling for if we win today. Definitely will be in here Sunday. They do. This has been a really good game plan. Keegan Murray, he's the only thing that's really holding them in the game as of right now. And let's see how that plays out. He's also got 3 fouls. So I would go right at Keegan Murray here after these free throws. My next time down the floor, I would dribble penetrate on Keegan Murray and try to get him that 4th foul. Come on, tell me you don't agree. Here comes Xavier at the free throw line. And it's good. Xavier's free throw, the ball rotates like the freaking earth on an axis, and he still makes it go in. I don't know. And the second one was good. The team on the bench is a happy bunch of campers. 57-52. Here comes Toussaint the other way. He's going to feed it over to Rebecca. Rebecca feeds McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to try to drive. He gets cut off by TJD. Toussaint's got the ball on the wing. He feeds over to Perkins. Murray's got the ball on the block, or Murray's down on the block. They're denying him the ball. Trying to get the ball inside. Perkins probes. Murray's got it out high. 6 on the shot clock. Over to McCaffrey, who's going to try to drive. He's going to put up the layup, and he goes over Trace's block, and he gets it in. McCaffrey with the good 2 there. Nice penetration and shot. 7:22 to go in the game. Galloway's got it out high. Over to Race. Race picks up his dribble, and he feeds it back out to X. 13 on the shot clock. X is going to go around. He's looking. He's probing. And he's going to draw the foul. Xavier Johnson stops in the middle of his dribble to get the foul on Joe Toussaint, who's behind him. What a play. And Trace just missed blocking that shot. I think he touched it. He did deflect that shot. Xavier's going back to the free throw line here for a 1-and-1. And he knocks it in. Cold and calculated. It's Xavier time. Keep controlling that ball at the point. We'll see Fennessy back in the game here in just a minute or two, who has not played well today. Xavier knocks them both down, extends our lead back to 5. Bohannon's back on the floor. Fans are getting loud. I wish I could hear them. I see them. Iowa fans are still sitting. Keegan's got the ball out high. Oh, Galloway, 25 foot from the basket. (59-54), Sam. There's a point when you're too aggressive. Perkins is at the line. He sinks it. Perkins is that kid from Indianapolis that has a chip on his shoulder because he did not get to stay in his home state. He was not recruited in Indiana like he wanted to be. Very good basketball player. Second free throw. Hard off the back iron. No good. And they're going to get the offensive glass. This game is getting a little frantic. Keegan's got the ball out high. Miller Kopp is not going to let him score. Stay on him, Miller. Play tight. Good hands, good defense. That's going to be Indiana ball. Xavier's on the bubble, if I'm not mistaken, Lindsay. Oh, yeah, that's out of bounds off of Rebraca. X has got the ball on the inbound. The lead is up to 4. 59-55. Galloway feeds to Kopp in the corner for 3. Kopp buries the 3 on the transition basket off the inbound. They beat the press. 62-55. Here comes Jared Bohannon the other way. He's looking around. Feeds Murray. Murray's got the ball. He's got Trace on it. He's going to feed McCaffrey. McCaffrey drives the lane. He's going to put it up, and he's going to get the basket and 1. I don't know who blew that whistle, but he looked straight up to me. Well, what a feed by Galloway to Kopp, who finally buries one of those shots in this game. Corey Schramm, they are in the tournament. Yes, sir. We're playing for seeding at this point, but this Big Ten tournament's more important for our program right now than the NCAA. Both are big time, but this tournament here is huge for us. McCaffrey sets up. He makes his three-point play. Cuts the lead back to 4. Xavier is going to get the ball on the inbound. Perkins is playing tight defense. These two guards look a lot alike. Xavier's going to run around the pick. He's going to get across the timeline. He's going to feed it to Galloway. Galloway is thinking about it, does not take the shot. He's going to drive, hit Race Thompson. Race feeds inside. Trace has got the ball, and it's going to be over to Kopp for 3 more. Ooh, God dang it. Kopp's get his own rebound. He's going to shoot it again. Kopp with his own rebound. Buries another 3. Extends it. 65-58. 5:42 to go. Bohannon's out high. Indiana fans are losing it. Iowa fans are on their seat. There's the steal. There comes Trace. Oh, he's on the breakaway. Tear it down. Trace Jackson Davis with the fast break done. 67-58. 9-point lead, and Iowa has to take a timeout. Way to go, boys. That is how you do it right there. That is what I'm talking about. TJD with the fast break and the steal and the dunk. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dang, that was nice. Now you just can't let up. 67-58. 9-point lead with the 5:31 left in the half or the game. TJD with the breakaway dunk, the tomahawk slam, tipped balls. Miller Kopp with the offensive, his own rebound and hitting the three. Galloway tips the ball out. Here comes TJD, tomahawking it. Heck yeah, Keegan Murray can only watch. Tamar Bates, and they're over there on the sideline. They're going up with him. Oh, dude, it's so nice to see TJD on the fast break. Here comes Iowa back the other way. There's a pick for Perkins. He's going to roll it. He gets it inside, and there's the steal. Oh, Xavier controls it on the tip ball. Trying to feed Murray on the post. Slow it down, young man. Run some offense here. Run some offense. Make them play 20 seconds worth of defense. Xavier, don't push. Feeds it over to Kopp on the wing. Kopp's got a little confidence right now. Trying to get the ball to TJD on the block. Nothing doing. There's a bad pass by X. Here comes Keegan Murray the other way. Get back on defense. 5-on-4. There's Trace. Keegan takes the deep three and sinks it. A turnover is always bad. Live ball turnovers. Don't force it. There you go. You get the ball into the front court. Here comes Race to the glass. That was not a foul. That's our ball. Yeah, you know, you got to. That went off of Chris Murray's knee. Yep, right off his knee. Galloway's got it on the inbound. 4:31 to go. 6-point lead. Get it into the paint. Good things happen when you penetrate. Fennessy needs to be on the floor right now. Somebody needs to drive. There goes Xavier. He's going to alley-oop. Trace with the alley-oop lay-in. He doesn't try to dunk it. He makes sure he makes the basket. 8-point lead. Here we're coming close to the under 4 timeout. Up 8. Keegan Murray's got it out high. He's got Race Thompson on him. McCaffrey looks. There he's going to drive. He's going to shoot it. McCaffrey buries the 12-foot jump shot. Cuts the lead back down to 6. Here we go coming in. Iowa's in press mode. Xavier's going to get the inbound. Xavier's looking. He's going to try to get around Perkins. There's a bad pass by Xavier. Jesus flipping Christ. No! Keegan Murray with the offensive glass and the putback. Cuts it to a 4-point lead. God dang it. Xavier, move. I don't. And they're going to get Perkins with the foul, which is what he wanted the last time. You can't play that way desperate. You got to be smart during that press. (69-65). We've given up more points in this half. We always seem to give up more in the second half. Yeah, this should be. That was the 9th team foul. It'll be a double bonus from here on out. So, you know, I'm not even the confident stage yet. We got to make a few free throws, but I don't know why Fennessy's not on the floor for his ball handling skills and defense right now. I know Galloway's played pretty good, and I know Fennessy's not had a great game. Maybe, I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's it. Sam, or not Sam, Chad, we can't beat ourselves here. Yeah, and David, that's what I'm saying is that, right now Xavier's a little tired out there, and you've got probably the best six-man point guard in the country. And I say that because Rob Fennessy should be that type of guy, but he can definitely handle the ball. He may not be scoring that well, and he doesn't miss free throws. Trying to get a little breather in here before we close out. We're going down to the last 3 minutes of the ball game. Hey, I would definitely want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me today. This has definitely been a lot of fun. I hope we're here tomorrow. No, Jim, you're absolutely correct. Not even close, because this team can put up 15 points in 3 minutes. I've seen them do it. Momentum is such a big thing in these games, and how the mentality of it is when you're talking about these 18 to 22-year-old kids. You've got to keep, when you get somebody down, you've got to keep them there. Don't give them a smidgen. We need to go back. Hey, thank you, Chad. I appreciate you, man. I hope we're in here tomorrow for the game. I'll have to rush to get home in time, but if we're in here, if we win the game today, I really will be here. If not, I will be in here for the selection show, and I will be hanging out for that. Joe, I appreciate you too, my friend. You guys are all fantastic. I'll be in here for Selection Sunday. What is going on here? What is McCaffrey coming across at Woodson for? Okay, somebody's going to have to tell me because I can't hear it. Yeah, Chad, I keep it that way. I really work time. I really work that. 3:27 to go in the game, Tim. Thank you, my friend. Everybody, Tim at Alley Cat Treasures dropped a video this morning. 2 big-time bucket list finds. Go check it out. Xavier rolls the first one in, extends the lead back to 5 with 3:27 to go. Second free throw is up, and he sinks them both. X with a little bit of ice water in his veins down the clutch here. Got 3:26 to go. Here comes Perkins across the timeline. He's got Galloway on him. He's going to go all the way to the basket, and he scores it. Did they call a foul? They did. They called a foul on Galloway there. Oh, yep, he did. There it is right there on the elbow. Tony Perkins playing like a pro here. Gene Steratore is the rules analyst for everything. There's the free throw. He rolls it in. Cuts this to a one-possession game. 3:20 to go in the game. Anybody's ball game. Trey Galloway's got his 4th foul. I do not know why Fennessy's not on the floor right now. I don't even see him being thought about. Miller Kopp's got out there. Oh, no, he is on the floor. Fennessy is on the floor. Trace has got the double team. They rotate the ball around and get it to Kopp. Kopp's going to try to dribble. He's going to feed it out to X for 3. Oh, Race tries to tip it in. It's going to go out of bounds to Indiana. They're going to reset the shot clock and give them 20. No, Sam, I did 2 of them the other night on my other channel. I'm a little short on fundage for Amazon today, my brother. Need another paycheck. Fennessy gets the ball on the inbound. It's going to get it over to Xavier. 71-68, one-possession game, 2:50 to go. 15 on the clock. There's the pick. Xavier goes around it. Look, and there's another pick. He goes around it. Feeds out to Fennessy. Fennessy back to X. 7 on the shot clock. There's a 3. I don't like the shot. And there's another one. Caught for three. Hard off the back iron. No good. 2 chances there. And here comes Perkins. He's going to push. Bohannon for three. And he buried it. God dang it. 71 all. 2:22 to go. I don't like the shot selection. Tie ball game. 2 minutes to go. It's anybody's game at this point. Trace gets it inside. They're going to call the charge. And that's a good call. That play is more Xavier Johnson's fault than Trace Jackson's because of how he led him with the pass. I agree. He just saw that he was wide open. Here we go. 2 minutes to go. It's back down to this crap again. Here we go. It's time to play defense. D up. Keep it in the half court. Murray's open for three, and he sunk it. There's the play that they run. Here comes Xavier, going to push it back the other way. Got to get to the basket. Trace gets the basket, cuts it to a 1-point deficit. 1:34 to go. Sorry, just gotta get a stop. It's stop time. 1:26 to go. Now Iowa's in stall mode. They're out high. Perkins is going to try to get around. There's the switch. Got the switch on to Race Thompson. Watch the drive. He's going to try to push him. He's going to get to the basket. He's going to feed it out to Chris Murray. He's going to drive. Throws it up. No good. Keegan with the offensive glass. And here we go. They got another shot here. 13 on the shot clock. We're going to go under a minute. Bohannon. Perkins is out high. Got to defend him. He's got Trace on him. Feeds Bohannon, who's wide open. That'll be a dagger. It's a dagger. 77-73. Got to score quick. Why are we not taking a timeout? There's going to be a foul. Xavier's going to get 2 free throws. They do play smart with the lead. They're very clutch. That's why there was no sense in and look at how many points they've scored this half. They've done what they need to do. This we're almost to the point where we're too high of a scoring game. Got to have these, Xavier. First one's good. Back to a 1-possession game. Yeah, no doubt. He's a super duper senior, James. Finally pulling. Got to have this one, and then we got to get the ball back. Got to have this in a stop. We're playing for overtime at this point. And they force him into using a timeout here on the inbound play with the press. Yeah, you notice at the end of the game, is when they use the press. When they could probably use it the whole game and affect the game, but they don't. Well, the situation could be a lot worse considering what's happened over the last couple minutes. Okay, so this group of kids, James, they have an extra year. The NCAA allotted a COVID year. So everybody has 5, plus you can play a grad year. So you can actually play 6. If there's a medical red shirt in there somewhere, you can actually be in there for 7. Yeah, we definitely haven't played this. We played this last minute or two frantic. I'm not going to complain about how well we played or bad we played, But this is in Iowa's wheelhouse to win because of the scoring. They get the inbound to Perkins where they want the ball. There's a turnover. Get it to X. He's going to go up for the dunk. There's the layup. Tie ball game, one possession, go. We need to stop. One stop here. Force him into that trap. Oh, I thought he was going to trap. He's going to make McCaffrey bring the ball across the timeline. Tie ball game, 25 seconds to go. Iowa should be burning a timeout here to set up a play. They have been great out of the timeouts. Instead, 13, they're going to run it all the way down. Here comes the pick. There's the play. It's in motion. McCaffrey's going to look. Nothing happening. He picks up his dribble. Bohannon's got it with 3. He shoots a 30-footer. Oh, my fucking God! Sorry about the language. What do you do? What do you do? Sorry about the language. I'll go cut it out later, but what do you do? That is ridiculous. Great defensive possession. What do you do? It refreshes on its own, Sam. Had a hand in his face. Jesus. What can you say? Shoot, that's not even a dagger. I mean, the game might as well be over. Why did they put 1.1 second on the clock? The ball didn't go through the net until 0.5. I mean, is that just I can go back in this tournament and I can give you a bunch of times where that's happened to us. Well, Jesus criminy. So you're going to get an opportunity with 1.1 instead of 0.5, but I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know what the play call is here. I mean, you just got to get something up. You got to get a chance. There is really no hope. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say this what it is. Gave up too many points in the second half. They're going to take another timeout to draw it out a little bit longer. But no, I got to admit that, Creek. It's a great basketball game. It's going to go down as a classic, but what do you say or do for that? How does that equate to anything? The run that we're on, if we won this game, we have a great opportunity to win a Big Ten title and reinvigorate this program for next year. But I think this result still does the same thing going into the Big Ten. I know it's disappointing to lose like this. You look at the look on Trace's face in there, right there. He's distraught. It doesn't hurt us. No, I got that. But, being relevant in your conference is what you need when it comes to recruiting. This is how you rebuild a program. Hey, and this Iowa team is playing the best basketball in the conference and in the country of most teams right now. You got to give them credit. And we're playing pretty darn good, too. We're going to be a sleeper come tomorrow. I was just really hoping that this would be us in the game tomorrow, and I get to hang out with you guys for 3 more hours, or at least 2. Here we go. Yeah, no doubt. They're going to let us inbound the ball. Johnson fires it. Jared Bohannon gets to be a hero. Showtime. Thank you. That we'll definitely be dancing. You know what? We'll come down and we'll have a little bit of a quick post game here. I don't really care to go through statistics today. It's not one of those games where we need to do that. What I will say is Trace Jackson Davis played like a stud. The stars both showed up. Keegan Murray had 32. Trace had 31. This Indiana team is playing good basketball. Any other conference in America, we would be playing for a conference championship tomorrow. I can almost guarantee you that. Yeah, that was kind of ballsy, Dave. I don't know that I do that. I remember Christian Laettner in 94. But listen, what I got to say, tomorrow we'll be in here for the draft. Selection show. Once we are selected tomorrow, we will discuss the opponents. Also, Alex has got it set up for a bracket challenge. I'm not sure which one she's got it set up at, but we will definitely talk about that during selection show tomorrow. Hey, Tim, I don't have no hot tamales, but I'm eating almonds. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out today. Yeah, and it isn't even close, and you're absolutely right. That really sucks for Indiana today to play that well and lose. But a couple days ago, we were just worried that we weren't going to be dancing. So I'm going to take what I got out of this, and we'll hold on till the next time. I don't. A 5 seed right now could be somebody like Providence, and I don't think Providence has the depth. I just don't see it. Gracias, Puppet, for the $1. Thank you, mi amigo. There's ways to lose games, and then there's ways to lose games. A good defensive possession where they hit a 27-foot bank shot. No, not for the championship game. I would have to push my way out of work to get here for that, and it would be depressing to call that game, sir. Honestly, if I feel the need for some reason, I might. I just don't see it. I'll be in here for the brackets for sure, for selections, and then we'll definitely be in here. Hopefully, I will not have to work during our first NCAA game. I will be here throughout the tournament for whatever I can for that, as long as we're still in. But you guys are all fantastic and awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me today. There is a lot to take away from this game, but I can tell you that Indiana put up a really good fight to a team that could have beat us by a lot. Yeah, I would have called in sick probably tomorrow, bro. Oh, that's Fajita, right? Showtime, you're Fajita? I feel like I may be wrong. Yes, so absolutely. They're in the NCAA. They bumped them up a line. They're definitely above the last 4 in. They're in a bye situation where that means they're going to be at least an 11 seed as of right now, and that's just projections. And you know what? The way they played here today will not lower that at all, I don't think. They gave Iowa all they can handle. Iowa is on the cusp of a 4, so I don't think so. But definitely a great time today. Thanks for hanging out. No, I'm not here for the championship game Sunday, Sam. I doubt. I will be here for the selection show. Much love, everybody. I will see you guys soon. Yes, I'm streaming.